Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Veltins Arena as we get ready to continue on the first ever dirt track race weekend here of the season, here in chase race number 6 of the NNSCRA Mobil1 Cup Series. Putting a dirt track here in the chase has certainly thrown these drivers a curveball, but we had ourselves one doggone good Truck Series race here yesterday, and can't wait to see what the Mobil1 Cup cars are going to do here today. These trucks are not built, and these cars are not built for dirt track racing, but we saw in the Truck Series race that they can bring about a great race, and we're hoping the same can be done here tonight as we're getting ready for the run of the Caterpillar 300. These drivers all set to go for 60 laps of non-stop, no caution action. And as we saw in the Truck Series event, the Chasers really shaking it up. We may end up seeing the same thing happen here today. Today we come in with a rather close points battle between James Qualls, the current points leader, and Luke Walker. Two of them separated by only 6 points. Zach Rogers, he's third in the points, coming in 26 points out. James Silverfox fourth in the standings as he's 30 points back, and 32 points back as Dylan Schwalberg, currently fifth in the standings. Cody Lamas, he's a total right now of 35 points back as he's sixth in points. And then Bob Jones is 51 points back and he's seventh in the standings. The rest of the drivers that are going to try and get themselves back mathematically up in the hunt for the championship are Cassandra Renzi, Madison Sieber, Andy Timmons, Drew Austin, Dylan Young, Sean Galligan, Austin LaPlante, and Wolfgang Mason, the furthest back, and he is a total of 90 points currently out of the top position. So 90 points separate the top 15 chasers, and we're going to have to see if the points are going to spread out or if they're going to close up at the end of today's event. As I said, there will be no caution flags or anything. We do have our Veltins Arena split cams, so if trouble breaks out, we'll be sure and show you how that seemed to have happened. We did that during the Truck Series race, and we'll do that again here today. Is Joshua Collard, our driver, fresh off his first Mobil Cup Series win of the season last week at Lime Rock. He'll start on the pole for today's race, trying to go 2 for 2. Alongside of him is going to be Jake Cole, hasn't been to victory lane since Thornton at the beginning of the season. Then you got Ian Dutta lined up in third, and Charles Jackson, our Darlington race winner, he lines up in fourth. And then Madison Sieber will be the highest starting chaser here today. She'll start from the 5th position. She is currently at the moment a total of 67 points out of the top position. But it's time to get these cars rolling off. As they roll off, we'll show you your starting grid on the top of your screen. Drivers highlighted in yellow are your chasers. So here we go. Let's hope that we don't have something happen here tonight that we had happen in the Truck Series race, and that was drivers jumping the start and they end up getting scored on the tail end of the lead lap. We're certainly hoping that's not going to happen here tonight. Whoa, pace car bounces into the air, got airborne. That's the first time I've ever seen the pace car get air before, but it did. But here we go, getting ready for the Caterpillar 360 laps of racing, no caution flags. Who's going to win this thing? Joshua Collard's got to get up there so that way we can go green. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway here, and I think everybody was good on that start. I don't think anybody's going to get penalized. But Collard got the early jump there. He got to determine when they go, and they've gone. As Charles Jackson now moves into second. Look at this, almost 4 wide back here with Rope, Dutta, Rogers, and Wolfgang Mason. Now it's 3 wide there. It's a Hellman's sandwich with Jake Rogers' Doritos machine in the middle. Meanwhile, up here, Charles Jackson, he's been able to take second place, now third place under contest. Jake Rogers underneath Jake Cole for that position, and the 21 will now drop back to fourth, maybe even fifth, as George Roque makes a peek to the inside. Let's see if anybody had trouble on the start. Nope, they're still all good to go back here, but they're racing hard. Jacob Lawler there with his teammate Kyle Corbett, Dylan Poteet, Levi McIntyre, Bob Jones, Tanner Sullivan, his teammate. Boy, there's a lot of hungry drivers back here racing like crazy. And Lawler has lost the draft there, or at least lost the tail end of the pack there. They were 4 wide there. They're 4 wide almost again. Corbett, they are 4 wide. Look at this. Poteet, Sullivan, McIntyre, and Corbett. 4 wide all the way around this racetrack. How did they make that stick? Good heavens. As Charles Jackson has gotten around Joshua Collard for the lead now. Collard actually just lost second place to his teammate Jake Rogers as well. And now those two going to battle there for that position. Let's find James Qualls and Luke Walker. Where are they running right now? There's Qualls, currently in the 25th position at the current moment, battling here with Lyndon Wright, Sean Galligan, Andy Timmons, and Kyle Matthews. Luke Walker, I think, is just ahead of him. Where's he running? 16th right now, as he's trying to get to the high side of Drew Austin. Now he's got a couple of chasers behind him. Cassandra Renzi and the defending champ Austin LaPlante, as well as Cody Lamas. Right now, Luke Walker running in a much better position than James Qualls is, and I saw Zach Rogers didn't exactly have the best of qualifying spots here today. There he is, currently in 31st place, side by side with Ralph Mason and James Silverfox. As further back here, looks like Charles Sanford has been kicked to the tail end of this pack now. And there's Charles Jackson. Oh, Dylan Schwallenberg, something must have happened to the 18. He has lost the lead lap. He's just been lapped by Charles Jackson. Take a look here at our Veltins Arena split cam. Take a look and see what happened to Dylan Schwallenberg to have him fall off the lead lap. And apparently, I'm assuming something happened with his teammate Sanford as well, because Sanford's lost a ton of ground. And now Charles Jackson has caught the tail end of the pack. There's a huge gap back to second place Jake Rogers right now. Ooh, Charles, careful there. Unceremoniously moving Kyle Corbett out of the way, as he'd love to be able to get some lap cars between himself now and the second place driver of Jake Rogers. And he's now got two drivers in that position, Schwallenberg and Kyle Corbett. So they're racing hard up ahead of Charles, though. Dylan Pote, Joshua Michaels, and Charles Sanford all trying to stay on the lead lap. Pote, of course, our Truck Series winner here yesterday, started up in the front. Far cry from that here today, as he started near the rear of the field. Now he's got to fight tooth and nail to keep his car on the lead lap. And as we said, no caution flags to save these guys from going a lap down. It's going to be green flag all the way to the checkers. And these drivers here, they just got to rely on staying ahead of that 5 machine, which Joshua Michaels appears to have not been able to do. He's now falling a lap down. And now Zach Rogers, third in points and a chaser. He now falls a lap down to the leader, Charles Jackson, who's doing a great job cutting his way through traffic. But look who else is doing that. Jake Rogers, 3 wide there underneath of Joshua Michaels and Zach Rogers, as he tries to close the gap up between himself and Charles Jackson, who has just now put the points leader coming into this race, James Qualls, a lap down. So that's not good there for the 15. Didn't have the best of qualifying results, and this is not what he needed. As right now, Charles Jackson has about 2 cars between himself and Jake Rogers. But I'll tell you, Charles Jackson is doing a good job getting his way past these drivers on the tail of the lead lap. But Jake Rogers is doing an even better job of clearing those drivers after Jackson's gotten by them to keep himself right within striking distance of the Tax Slayer Chevrolet. Look at him right there on that inside line underneath Andy Timmons. Now he'll try and get underneath of Tanner Sullivan here in 3 and 4. He is right there. Charles Jackson is not out of the woods yet. Every lap that ticks away is just one more lap that Charles Jackson's been able to hold off the advances of Jake Rogers. As how would it be for Richard Petty Motorsports to go to victory lane 2 weeks in a row and 3 times in the last 4 weeks? Because Lyndon Wright did it at Watkins Glen. Then Joshua Michaels last week at Lime Rock, and Jake Rogers could do it here tonight at Veltins Arena. As he now has no lap traffic between himself and Charles Jackson, who's currently in 3rd right now, I'm wondering. Well, there's the 3rd place driver, I believe, George Roque. Now working his way underneath Joshua Michaels. Ian Dutta following him there as well. See if indeed he is scored in 3rd place. I think he is. Yes, he is indeed. And now the battle is on here for the 5th position. James McLeod going to take it away from Joshua Collard, and here comes Jessica Shelton, who had a bit of trouble coming in as the points leader here in yesterday's Truck Series race, but having a good run here tonight in the 7th position. Trying to figure out, is Wolfgang Mason on the lead lap? He is! Wow! Driver comes in dead last in chase points. Right now, running in, I believe it's the 9th position, and here comes Trent Dunham. Strong run there for the 8 machine after he ended up spinning out in the final stages of the Truck Series race here last night. He's up here running well, currently in 10th. Aston Sieber back here in 11th. There's Sean Henley side by side with Henry Nova. He's just outside the top 10, and so is second in points Luke Walker. 14th place right now for the Shore Lodge Chevrolet out of RCR. We already know that James Qualls has gone a lap down to the leader, Charles Jackson. Right now, Luke Walker in the best position at the current moment to maybe take over the points lead heading to next week's race at Texas. So we'll jump back up here to Charles Jackson, and now Dylan Poteet has gone a lap down. Jake Rogers has gotten around him, though, and is still right there hounding the back bumper of Charles Jackson. It's like Jackson can't shake him off no matter how many drivers he laps. Now he's about to try and lap the Charles Sanford machine. Ralph Mason just up ahead. Not really any chasers up ahead, with the possible exception of Sean Galligan, who's about 4 cars up there. And whoa, man, Jake Rogers wanted to go to the inside of Sanford, but Poteet was there, and that could throw Jake Rogers off a little bit. So he's stuck in a 3-wide situation here, trying to get around Dylan Poteet again. And if Poteet creates a hole to the inside of the 19, these drivers that are now a lap down could end up dropping the 19 back and opening the gap up between first and second place. But Rogers battles back hard. He'll stick in behind Poteet. And now Poteet wants to get back on the tail and lead lap. He's trying to get around Charles Jackson. I think for the possible exception of Dylan Schwallenberg, that's the only driver that's had anything happen to him during the course of this race, and we're now past the halfway point. So these drivers doing a much better job than they did in the Truck Series race of keeping their cars straight, not spinning out. And as we know, several drivers ended up flipping over in yesterday's Truck Series event. Silver Fox did, and so did Levi McIntyre. Speaking of Silver Fox, he comes in 4th in the point standings, 30 points out. Where is he currently running? I think he's just barely on the tail end of the lead lap. Yeah, here he is, just ahead of Sean Galligan, who's about 4 cars ahead of the leader, Charles Jackson. 29th place right now for Silver Fox. Now, he is running better than Zach Rogers, and he is running better than James Qualls. But the driver he's got to worry about is Luke Walker, because Walker is just outside of the top 10, and he has the points lead at the current moment, according to our live point standings. Cody Lamas, I saw him starting to slice and dice his way through traffic. Where is he at? Currently now running in the 21st position. So he's trying to make his way underneath of Anthony McCrory in the 61 Audi. Saw Bob Jones back here. I believe he's just barely on the tail end of the lead lap. 29th is where he's scored right now, as Silver Fox was able to get around him. Jones 7th in the standings. And let's try and find 8th in the standings, Cassandra Renzi. She's currently running just outside the top 15 in the 18th position right now. Got a couple of chasers right in front of her and behind her in Austin LaPlante and Drew Austin. I believe right now the highest running chaser on track is Madison Sieber. I may be wrong. I'll have to look up ahead. Oh no, Wolfgang Mason currently is the highest running at the current moment. Right now, Madison Sieber having a good run in the 10th position, as she was able to take that spot away from Trent Dunham. And there is your highest running chaser of the current moment, Wolfgang Mason. As we said, coming into this race, 90 points out of the top position, but right now running inside the top 10. Great run there for that Dodge. As we'll look back up here, see if Charles Jackson and Jake Rogers have been able to close on each other. As a matter of fact, Jake Rogers has taken over the lead. So Jake Rogers with the lead. Take a look here at our Veltins Arena split cam to see just exactly how he made the pass on Charles Jackson. New leader, the 19, but just as soon as I say that, here comes Charles Jackson back to the inside. Can Rogers hold him off here in this corner? Oh, look at Poteet thinking about making it 3 wide up the middle. Not wise there. Good battling here with almost 15 laps remaining in this evening's event, and it looks like Charles Jackson will clear Rogers, but Rogers battles back again on the high side, and now he has lost the lead. Charles Jackson back to the point, but now Jake Rogers is back in the striker position, and Charles Jackson's left to have to play defense once again. And these two battling it out here for the win in the midst of lap traffic and drivers just barely on the tail end of the lead lap. Oh, Rogers took that turn awfully wide. Poteet got a run on him to the inside. Rogers will hang on to the spot though, but that was close. Tell you what driver who certainly seems to have figured this track out, and that's James McLeod. Finished second yesterday to his teammate Dylan Poteet in the Truck Series race, And he's running 8th right now here in the Mobil1 Cup Series event. He's the only driver that seems to be consistent here so far this weekend as far as running up there inside the top 10. Everybody else has encountered trouble at some time or another, with maybe the possible exception, well, I was just going to say Joshua Michaels, but he's not on the lead lap. Never mind. Forget I said anything. And Jake Rogers has now lost a spot on track there. Not a position, but a spot on track to Dylan Pote. Now Samper's all over him. This is good news for Charles Jackson, who now has been able to lap Zach Campbell, and now is about to lap Ralph Mason. So that would be about 4 or 5 lap machines between himself and second place Jake Rogers. Rogers got to clear these drivers quick, because coming around this next time, there's 10 laps to go. Charles Jackson, the last win he had, as I said, was at Darlington. But that was a fuel strategy race. He didn't really dominate that event. He's been one of the 2 strongest cars here this evening, and if he could capitalize and win here, that would certainly show that this 5 car definitely does have some muscle when it counts. Now he's working on the back bumper of Levi McIntyre, who flipped over in last night's Truck Series race. Kyle Matthews just up ahead as well as Sean Galligan. You got to wonder, how hard is Charles Jackson going to race these guys, because Jake Rogers is now going to the inside of Dylan Pote and now has only 1 lap car separating himself from Charles Jackson when they hit the stripes. 7 laps to go. Rogers is coming back, and this could be a 2-car fight for the win by the time we get to the white flag. Right now, though, it is all Charles Jackson. Jackson has a total of 5 career Mobil1 Cup Series wins. Rogers has 3. So guess who wants it more? Probably that 19 car. And Jackson's been to victory lane already this season once. Rogers has not. Rogers trying to continue the streak of the RPM cars. Lyndon Wright and Joshua Colway have already been to victory lane and just in the last 3 weeks. Jackson currently comes in 30th in the point standings at the moment. As here we go, Jake Rogers all over Ralph Mason. Well, we may have overdriven that corner now. Dylan Pote trying to get to his inside, and this is double wide racing up ahead of Charles Jackson. This could box him in, and here comes Rogers to the inside of Ralph Mason, trying to run down Jackson as there's 3 laps to go, and now Jackson gets to the inside of Kyle Matthews. Rogers says, okay, forget that, I'm going 3 wide underneath these guys. Oh no, now there's 2 lap cars between Charles Jackson and Jake Rogers, and there's 2 laps to go. Rogers got to make some pretty dicey moves here if he's going to get up there to the back bumper, let alone pass the Tax Slayer Chevrolet out of Junior Motorsports. White flag displayed this time around, about maybe 5, 6, 7 car lengths between the 5 and the 19. Now Charles Jackson wants to put a little insurance between himself and Rogers. He'll bypass Levi McIntyre, put him a lap down, as through turns 3 and 4, no challenge for the win. Charles Jackson dominates here tonight and wins the Caterpillar 300 at Veltins Arena. His 2nd win of the season, his 6th win overall in the Mobil1 Cup Series, and that now ties him for the 3rd highest amount of wins in Mobil1 Cup Series history, just behind Sean Galligan and Dylan Pote. It ties him with Silver Fox, Wolfgang Mason, and Dylan Young. So congratulations to Charles Jackson on an amazing victory here tonight. One of the 2 strongest machines of the evening. Jake Rogers so close, but just could not close up the gap and get by those lap machines as Charles Jackson goes victory lane for the 2nd time this weekend. Let's find out where all of our chasers finished this race. Highest finishing chaser tonight was Wolfgang Mason in the 8th position. A great run for him, and he's just impaled himself on that fencing separating the racetrack from pit road now. Madison Sieber finishes out the evening in 10th place. Looks like further down here, Drew Austin 16th. Luke Walker, I believe he will be the points leader heading to next week's race. He'll finish 17th here this evening. Dylan Young in 18th, Austin Plant 19th, and Cassandra Renzi in 20th. Silver Fox got 21st, so a lot of the Turner chasers all right close up to each other. Cody Lama slipped back to 23rd. Bob Jones was 26th. Sean Galligan finished the last car on the lead lap in 29th place. Now the rest of these chasers finished a lap down. James Qualls in 36th, Dylan Schwalberg 37th, Andy Timmons in 38th. And Zach Rogers ended up finishing dead last here tonight. That's not good for him. He had tough luck in the Mobil1 Cup Series race last week at Lime Rock, and double trouble for that 33 car who came in third in the points here this evening. So we'll have to see what the points look like heading next week, but I'm pretty certain that Luke Walker has taken over the points position. And think back to season, I believe it was season 4. Was it season 4 or season 5? I believe it was season 4. Pichu London ended up winning the championship. Luke Walker is a good friend of Pichu London. Could he pick up a Mobil1 Cup Series win Mobil1 Cup Series championship 3 seasons later after his friend did? You never know, but we still have quite an interesting chase setup for our schedule still to come. We still got our Snickers Cup Series race to finish off here at Veltins Arena, and then we head to Texas, Thornton, Talladega, and Zen-Joltis to finish out this season. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's dirt track race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finishing results, overall point standings, and rookie points heading into next week's race, as well as your chase points as we pack it up and head to Texas Motor Speedway for some good old speedway racing for chase race number 7. You've been watching Production Dance Ray, Offline Racing at its best. Congratulations to Charles Jackson on his win here tonight at Veltins Arena, and we will see you next time.